Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Zeus213 and welcome to episode 8 of our All the Mods 3 Expert playthrough. I figured to start off this episode what we will do is upgrade some of our machinery because right now this power is just not adequate. There's nothing running and yet we've barely got any power being generated. So if we take a look in here we can see I've got a few things ready. We've got another solar panel, a transformer, some glass fiber cable, and an MFE. Now that we've got diamonds, we can do quite a lot, and this is just going to be the tip of it, really. So why don't we go ahead and install all this? Let's grab our wrench, and we're going to pick this guy up, and we want to get back behind here. Now I want to get rid of all of these old wiring, because they're getting on my nerves. Let's see, let's fill that back in. Now, glass fiber cable is a pretty good cable. In fact, it's one of the best cables, as it will transfer, I think it's like 1000 EU or something, 1024, something like that. And it will carry any voltage. I don't know why I use a pickaxe on that, but hey ho. So that's pretty cool. But the MFE is going to also increase the amount of power we output, both in terms of sort of throughput and voltage level. What we need to do is we need to put a transformer in just here. Now, the way the transformer works is you get the 3 dots on one side and then there's 1 dot on all the other sides. And basically, wherever the 3 dots is, that's where your higher voltage is. So an MFE is an MV, which is medium voltage, and everything we've been doing here so far is low voltage. So if we place this guy so he faces down, let's see, like that. So he's going to be facing to the 3 dots and everything's going to get low voltage from there. Next up, we're going to make our way up here. I'm not sure I've got enough blocks to get up here. I guess we'll stack up with this. Alright, let me get rid of the torches. And glass fiber cable also goes a lot further before you start getting diminishing effects with the wires. So we can keep it going for pretty much as long as we're going to ever need. Unless of course you're doing like seriously long cable runs, but we aren't, so nothing to worry about there. Let's bring this guy across here. Let's see. There we go. And then we can put our second solar panel down like here. So it's going to double the amount of power we're generating and also increase the amount we can store. So let's get some cobblestone to fill this gap in. Just want to make sure nothing spawns. Okay, can we get a torch in there? Yes, we can. And let's fill it in the dirt. Cool. So now we've got 16 EU per tick being generated. And we're able to store up to 600,000 as opposed to 40,000, which is perfect. So now we can start running more machines at once. We should be able to keep all of these guys running with overclockers. And we shouldn't see the amount of power being stored inside them dropping. Why don't we grab some cobblestone, for example. So I've just put all of our overclockers in there, I think. Yeah, we've got all 6 in there. So we should now be able to keep this guy running with all 6. Now, obviously, the amount of power he's draining is a lot more, but it is keeping up, which is the important thing. Obviously, we don't want to do all that because we just want to store all the power for now. But that's pretty good. It means we're going to be able to process more things simultaneously. Cool. That's the first thing I wanted to do today. Now, I also want to start looking at some more quests. On the quest book, we've got a few that we can go into. Thaumaturge or Armafire Malazor, which is actually additions. So why don't I take a look and see what we want to do today. Okay guys, so I've had a bit of a look through the quest book and I think I know what we're going to do for this episode. We've got a few things queued up, so why don't we get on with that. So we're going to go into the tech route first. I usually like to do that. And to do that, we're going to need an atomic reconstructor, which is just some iron, redstone, and an iron casing. And for that, we're going to need a dense copper plate, some iron plates, some netherrack dust, and glowstone. Why don't I grab that? We should have pretty much all of that. Just want to check for the dense iron plate. Copper plate, sorry, we need to use the compressor, yeah. Right, that's fine, we can do that. I did make up some netherrack dust as well to be prepared. Let's see, I've put it somewhere. It might still be in this chest over here. Nope. Okay, let me find that. Ah, it's right here. Cool. And iron plates. So we've got those somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Right, let's make ourselves the dense plate. Compressor is this one. Give it some overclockers as well. Now that we've got our power upgraded, we can do these things a lot faster, which is very nice indeed. We can see this guy's nearly full now. So we've got no troubles for power, I don't think. At least for a while, anyway. Glowstone. Whoops, don't know how I ended up facing away from that, but it's fine. Cool. So that's our atomic reconstructor. This guy is pretty cool. We're going to place him here. Let's get a button as well. Button's not too difficult to make. And we'll just throw that guy there. Hold a redstone torch to toggle. So we need to get a redstone torch. I already had redstone on me. There we go. Our redstone torch is going to let you change the mode of it. So we want it on pulse mode. And this guy also needs power. So why don't we get those steam dynamos we had. Now I want to take the upgrade out of it for now. But we will use them in the future. This is just to get things going. So we face this guy into there. Now he's going to need some water and some fuel. So why don't I grab that? Here we go. That's not working. It's got to take the augment out. Yep, that's right. Yeah, cool. There we go. So this guy can now accept the water. And then we can just put some fuel in here. And he's going to start making power, which is perfect. So he's generating 60 RF per tick, which should fill this guy up pretty quickly, but he's not going to use too much power, so that's fine. So now that we've got that, we should have that quest done. We do, and next up we're going to need to make a machine frame. So that's going to require a device frame, which is going to require redstonia crystals. Now redstonia crystals we can get using an atomic reconstructor and some redstone. Now, I believe the way this works is, if we get some... Oh, we've got some redstone, actually. We throw this on the ground. Then we hit the button. We can see that it turns it into crystals. So we can throw a whole bunch on the floor here. And we will get redstonia crystals. So that's pretty cool. So I've just gathered up most of the things we're going to need. A bunch of mana resources mostly, so that's just diamond, glowstone, and refined iron in the mana pools. And we need to turn some of them into plates. So we're going to need... Let's take a look. 2 mana steel plates and a mana diamond plate. Now I want to make a few, so I'm going to do 4 and 8. I think that's probably good. So we've got the plate recipe in there. There we go. Let's grab those out. So you see, it's pretty simple. Same as all the ingots, really. So that's those, and then we just need a few more things, and we should be good to go. So we're going to need to make some redstone servos, so I do those. Well, these guys are used for pretty much everything, so I'm going to make 4, and then I'll just make some more crystals. Whoops. So we're just missing some mana glass and some copper cable. I should have all of that. I've only got mana glass panes. Okay, let me get some glass and I'll be right back. And there we go. That's the device frames done. I'm going to make 2 of them. And then for the machine frame, we just need some Invar. Do we have any Invar ingots? We do. Certainly do. I'm just going to make 1 of these. And we need a piston as well. Do I have a piston? Oh, perfect. Don't even have to craft a piston. What does a piston take? Oh, it's just a standard recipe. Cool. There we go. So we take a look at our quest book now. We've unlocked a team reward. And that can go in the miscellaneous chest. Cool. Right, now that we've got that, I want to go up this top route because I want to get these better mana pools, because we're going to be able to do some pretty interesting stuff with those, because we've got mana steel equipment, and with a mana tablet we can use that to repair our tools rather than having to use mana steel. So that is going to be pretty good, because then we won't have to use so much refined iron. So to make the next two fluid transposers and crucibles, we are going to need, looks like we're going to need a second machine frame possibly. Yeah, so why don't I get one of those? Okay, I'm going to need some pistons and some more invar. So it's going to take some cobblestone, some planks. Nothing too difficult. What we're doing? There we go. Let's just make a handful of those. There we go. Now the fluid transposer, we just need some copper gears, some glass, and a bucket by the looks of it. And one of those. Cool. Let me grab that stuff. There we go, guys. That's the fluid transposer done. Now, we can't actually make the magma crucible yet, and I'll show you why, but the fluid transposer just, well, transposes fluids, I guess. Puts it in and out of containers. Pretty explanatory, really. But we need hardened glass, so we're going to need to make an induction smelter first of all, which is pretty complicated. Soul sand, redstone wire, so we're going to have to probably take a trip to the nether. So why don't we do that? In fact, I'm just going to go do that real quick. Shouldn't be anything, if there is anything to show you guys all, but I just need some soul sand, so I'll go grab that. Cool. So that was one uneventful trip to the nether. So I've got a stack of soul sand now. And we've pretty much got everything else we need to craft the induction smelter now. I converted our porcelain alloy tank into a regular one. Here we go. That's the recipe for that. Now the last thing we need is this redstone wire coil. So we need some aluminium wire, which is going to need some shears and some aluminium plates. And we need how many? We need 4 wires, so we need 4 plates. Not the cheapest recipe in the world, but not expensive by any stretch of the imagination. We do just need to get some more aluminium from the nether at some point. Let's grab our shears, and we should be able to turn that into wire. Perfect. All that's left is to get a couple of sticks. We can make our redstone wire. Oh, we do actually get 4 from that, so didn't think that one through, but that's fine. We've got it for the future. And there we go. That's our induction smelter. Now, the induction smelter is going to let us do some pretty cool stuff, and we're going to need some power to do that. So why don't I show you guys my early game way of getting power transported, because obviously we can't really make conduits or anything like that, because these are kind of a bit out of the way right now. We do need a fair amount. We could use leadstone ducts, but again, we need hardened glass for that. So what I like to do is use wiring from Immersive Engineering. LV connector, that's what I want. Wire connector. LV wire. There we go, that shows us all the things we're going to need. So I'm going to need a connector, probably a relay or 2, and some wire. So why don't I get all of this crafted up, and then I'll show you guys how it works. Alright, so I've just crafted up everything I showed you guys. As you saw, they weren't too difficult to make, and they are pretty easy to use, and they're pretty cool to run. So what you're going to need is you've got connectors and relays. Now, a connector is what you want to use if you want to connect it to a machine or a power generator or anything like that. And a relay is what you want to use when you're going between those. Now, I do want to move my steam dynamo here, as it's not in a great position right now. For now, I'm going to throw it over in this corner here, but we will be doing a more, in fact, I want it over here. We will be doing a more permanent power solution rather than just having a dynamo sitting in the corner. So first of all, I want to stick a connector, if I can get that, on the top of this guy, on the top of this guy, and the reconstructor over here. Cool. Next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a relay up here, a relay up here, and a relay on there. Sure. I think the wires are long enough. And all you do then is take your wire coils, connect them up like you would if you were running wires sort of normally. Now, the important thing to note is you can't connect more than one wire to a connector, but a relay you can connect quite a few. Now, if we do this, can we reach that? We can, perfect. And the only thing to note is you probably don't want to touch these wires. I'm pretty sure they give you a bit of a shock. At least I remember them shocking you, but I could be wrong. Now, are you not going to output into there? Oh, please tell me you will. Oh, good, it does output. I just had to put some fuel in this guy, and then it started outputting. There we go. So we can see now this guy is sending power out into these wires, and if we take a look in here, these now have power, which is perfect. Now I do need to reconnect this guy here, but that just means we will have a little bit more flexibility with our steam dynamo. Now he is out of fuel again. That's fine, we don't need more power right now. Everything is nice and happily running. Now there is also a capacitor we can make. I will probably do that because that's going to be our sort of first way of storing power, I think. Yeah, so I'll make that in a minute. But now that we've got power, we can go ahead and make ourselves the hardened glass we need. So for that, we are going to need well, hardened glass takes pulverized lead and pulverized obsidian. So lead's pretty easy, we can just throw that in a macerator. Obsidian, can we throw that in a macerator? We can, perfect. So why don't I do that, and then I will craft up some hardened glass. I should probably make some more overclocker upgrades at some point, as passing these guys around these machines is getting a bit tiresome. But we are getting our lead macerated now at a pretty decent speed. So that's enough to get our first few things going. So we're just going to throw both of these in here, and I need to do that one to unlock that slot, and we just throw that in there. And this guy does draw a fair amount of power, and we can see we should probably throw a little bit of fuel in here. One fuel, is that going to be enough? Yeah, so this guy won't actually output power, even though he's got a buffer in him. He won't output power until he's got fuel in there. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but that's fine. It works. There we go, hardened glass. Just what we need. So now we can go ahead and craft ourselves a magma crucible. We just need 2 nether brick. Now nether brick I do have. There we go. And that's the... oh, I need another machine frame. Derp. Here we go, that should be everything, there we go. That is our magma crucible made. Nice to see our inventory is starting to empty out a bit now that we've gotten rid of all the excess. Items. Okay, we just need to get ourselves... did I use all my connectors? 1, 2, 3, 4, yes I did. So why don't I make some more? Probably make just a whole load of these at some point, but for now I can just make them as and when I need them. Cool, so there we go. That is the fluid transposer, the magma crucible, and the induction smelter done. Now our power situation isn't perfect, but we will do something about that in the next episode, probably. In fact, what I might do is move it over this side as well, so that I've got room to expand industrial craft as and when we need to. But we should now be able to see that that quest is done. And finally, we want to make the upgraded mana pool. And that's going to take 4 buckets of energized glowstone and a diluted mana pool. Now, 1 bucket of glowstone is going to be 4 glowstone dust. So in total, we're going to need 16 glowstone dust per pool. Now, we've not got enough to do all of them, but what I think I'll do is I'll get 2 of them done, and then off camera, I will go ahead and go grab some more mana sorry, glowstone from the nether. Cool. There's bad guys around. I don't like it. Luckily, I did light up a fair chunk of the area, so nothing spawns around us. Now, the way these machines work is you've got the configuration menu, and then you can set inputs and outputs. So what we want to do is our fluid transposer is going to input on the right side, and this guy is going to output on the left side. So if we throw our glowstone in there now he needs power. Let's put some fuel in there. We're going to need a little bit of power. So you can see this guy's going to start running. It does take a while. A few seconds later we can see that that is now done. Now this is empty because if we look in here we can see there's energized glowstone sitting right there. So all we've got to do is throw those in, and then once it gets all the required glowstone, energized glowstone, it will craft up the better mana pools. Don't think we need anything else, no. And the reason we want the better mana pools is one, they store more mana, and two, we can use them in certain crafting recipes, like the mana tablet. So I just waiting for these guys to process. Here's what I was talking about with the shocks. If I jump, you can see we take a little bit of damage. So just watch where you're walking with these things, and don't put them too low to the floor. Yeah, I don't know, it's just a nice little feature. Makes me chuckle every time. Now obviously these are only low voltage, so it doesn't do too much damage. But you can imagine once you get up to the medium and the high voltage, just how much more shocking the amount of damage you're going to take is. And I'll be back once these guys are done. Here we go, guys. The first mana pool is being created. Now it is taking a little bit of time as well. And there we go. That is the regular old mana pool done. So that's that quest done and complete. Now this first one, what I'm going to do is I've got everything ready. We're going to instantly turn this guy into a mana pool. Sorry, a mana tablet. And we can go charge this guy over in the mana pools we've already got. Let's see, I'm going to need my wand with me. So why don't I grab that? Now tablets are pretty cool because it lets you store mana in like a battery. And with that you can then either fill up other mana pools or use it for various equipment that you can get later on. So if I throw this guy on here, we can see it's instantly draining full to fill up the tablet. Now that did barely anything. Look at that, there's a tiny slither of mana in there. So that is going to be something we have to work on. The regular mana pools hold so much more mana. But the interesting thing is now is we've got a tiny bit of mana in there. If I'm breaking blocks, you can see it's instantly being repaired because I've got the mana tablet on me. Now if I put this in this chest for quickly and I start breaking a few blocks, we can see, yeah, I'm taking durability. Cool. But watch my pickaxe as soon as I put this tablet back in my inventory. Oh, there we go. That did work. Now, I'm not sure actually if that's the experience on there or not. So yeah, mana currently enabled. So it probably is draining from the mana tablet. I'll have to watch back on the footage and see if it did repair everything as I picked it up. But that's pretty cool. The second mana pool is now being made. I did watch the footage back as well, and if you look closely, you can see the hatchet and the shovel get repaired as I pick up the mana tablet off of the mana pool. I really need to do something about this power situation as I'm constantly burning fuel right now. Which isn't the end of the world, I can always just make more charcoal pretty quickly. But it's not ideal. And there we go, that's our mana pool. Now, this little icon you see just on the screen. So when you've got a Botania item, if you hold control with a Lexica Botania in your inventory, it does take you to that page, which is pretty cool. But that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. Cool. Right, if we throw this guy down now, we should find he'll hold a lot more mana. Now, I was doing a bit of reading, and this mana tablet doesn't despawn when you drop it. So what that means is we can drop it on a pool and then let it fill up. And then when we come back to it, it will still be there. And we can pick it up and use all its delicious mana. What I'm going to do is drain these pools. And then we'll only have the one for now. And this guy's going to fill up the mana, I think. I think it's currently set to empty out that tablet. Yeah. But as you can see, the amount of mana that we've just put in there, it's barely done anything for this mana pool. To change the direction of the mana flows, all you do is shift right click on a pool, and then it'll either fill up or drain whatever you put on top. Mostly going to be a mana tablet, but you can get other items as well. Now we can see we've got a little bit more mana in this tablet now, which is pretty cool. And that is going to allow us to go mining for longer and not have to worry about our equipment breaking. So that's a bonus all around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that guy there for a while, let it build up. Looks like I'll probably have to give these guys a little bit more fuel and whatnot. So that's fine. We'll keep getting the mana, and next episode, I'm not sure what we'll do next episode. I'll have to have a think. But that's all we've got time for today. If you guys did enjoy this episode, do remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Leave any tips and suggestions you've got down in the comments below. I do make sure to read all my comments, and I really do actually quite enjoy seeing your guys' thoughts. Feel free to share the video if you think it is share worthy. Also remember to hit that bell icon to be notified when I upload another video so you don't miss anything. I've been Noxys213, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.